Hey cake lovers, it's another month, it's another cake. We're making my September cake, which is my peanut butter and jelly cake. And I'm doing it a little bit different today because I'm doing it in a 9x13 pan. I've been loving showing you this method. I think it's just great if you're a little nervous about making and decorating a layered cake. We can do all the amazing flavors and textures in a 9x13. It's from scratch, it's made in your kitchen. It's gonna be just as good as a layered cake. So we're gonna get this one started. Let me put my pan in the back. That is already sprayed with nonstick spray, lined with parchment paper on the bottom, and sprayed again. Now remember, light pans, I love the Fat Daddy-O. They are anodized aluminum, which means the heat is gonna circulate really, really evenly so you get a good bake in your cake from the oven. My oven is preheated to 325. So when we're making a cake in a 9x13 pan, turn down the temperature, 325, and we'll bake it a little bit longer. This ensures that we get a really even bake with the cake. And remember, preheat your oven for like 20 to 30 minutes so it reaches its full potential of heat. The air starts to really circulate, the whole oven is evenly heated, and it's ready for your cake. So give it a good long while to preheat before you put that cake in. Okay, for the peanut butter cake, here's what you're gonna need. We've got sugar, a couple cups. We've got our cake flour. There's 3 cups there. We have buttermilk, we have cinnamon, baking powder, salt. We have 3/4 cup butter. We have a full cup of peanut butter, 4 teaspoons of vanilla, and then 4 eggs as well over here. Now, with these wet ingredients, anything coming from the fridge should be room temperature before it goes into the cake batter. This helps everything to blend really evenly, and more importantly, your dry ingredients are gonna absorb them more fully, and that helps your cake to get a beautiful rise. So let them sit out for a little bit. I've had my butter, my eggs, and my buttermilk on the counter for about an hour. They're at a great temperature, and now I can start baking. On this one, I'm gonna time lapse it just so we go a little bit faster and we can get it all in on IGTV today. But butter and peanut butter are gonna go in together, and let me show you, you guys, you can certainly spray your measuring cup with nonstick spray, but if you don't wanna clean up like any peanut butter or any of the sticky stuff, put in some plastic wrap and then you can just dump it into the mixing bowl. I love that little hack. And we're gonna mix these things, our sugar, our butter, our peanut butter, get that nice and fluffy, add our eggs, add our vanilla, and then everything goes to a low speed. Remember, over mixing your cake batter will cause it to sink in the oven, and will cause it to be dense. So once we start incorporating our flour and our buttermilk, we're gonna alternate it so it mixes really well. It's gonna be low speed just until things are incorporated. So here we go, let's speed this up. All right, cake batter's all made. My pan is all prepared. Now remember, if you're gonna use 3 8-inch round cakes, you still spray it with nonstick spray, line the bottom with parchment paper, and spray again. You're gonna get your cake out really beautifully if you do all those steps. Now, this cake is gonna bake at 325 for about 10 minutes longer than the time I call for in a normal recipe. So we're gonna start, the normal recipe for this one calls for 23 to 25 minutes in your oven, but that's at 350. So to make sure everything bakes really evenly, we've turned down the temperature, and we're gonna bake this for about 35 minutes to start. And then that's when we're like ready to check it. You'll check with the toothpick, insert it in the center of the cake, and if it comes out with a few moist crumbs on it, it's perfect. Don't let it bake any longer, because remember, it's still cooling and cooking as it cools in your pans for like the first 5 minutes. So I'm just gonna evenly spread this out. But if it needs more time to cook, add 3 minutes, check it with the toothpick again, you should be good to go. But I'm all ready, it's going in the oven. It's so delicious, the cinnamon in here, and of course all the peanut butter. You know how I feel about peanut butter. Oh, I put too much in there, I need more on here. All right, while my cake is cooling, it's time to make the frosting. And you guys, this frosting, it is so good. If you watched Home and Family the other day, Debbie Manopoulos just took a full spoonful of it. You guys, it's that Good, you'll want to put it on everything. So this frosting has got 1.5 cups of unsalted butter, slightly cold, so meaning you've only taken it out of the fridge maybe 30 minutes before you're ready to get started. A full cup of peanut butter. I like to use smooth peanut butter. And then we've got about 4 cups of powdered sugar, which we always want to sift our powdered sugar just so we get a really silky, smooth buttercream with no chunks, and it's not going to have any extra like air pockets, and just be really, really smooth. So use a mesh strainer, whisk it through, and then you guys, a few tablespoons of heavy whipping cream, a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of salt, and that's going to be it. It's going to be so good. Let's whip it up. All right, this cake is ready to be frosted and decorated, but we're keeping it super simple. I'm not even taking it out of the pan. You certainly can. Put it on a pretty serving platter, and then you would just keep it upside down and frost the bottom half of it. That's totally okay. I've grabbed some strawberry jam, and I'm just going to spread out my strawberry jam. So get your flavor, whatever you like. You could do raspberry, apricot, blackberry, huckleberry. I mean, have fun with it. It's your peanut butter and jelly cake. I'm going strawberry. I'm gonna spread my strawberry frosting out, and then I will just add my peanut butter frosting right on top and smooth that out really gently. And you can pipe it out. You can do little circles. One of the things too, if there are a lot of toppings and you're doing your cake in a 9x13, so meaning you've got different fillings, you have a frosting, you've got ganache. What I like to do sometimes is I'll even just use a toothpick to create my little squares, and then pipe the frosting and put on a little crumble and then drizzle the drip right on top, and then you have all your pieces already like individually decorated. The other thing, if you're gonna make this as a layered cake, you are going to pipe your peanut butter frosting around the edge of each cake so it doesn't spill out. So you can see my tutorials for that one. There's videos on Instagram, and it also says it right there in the on the blog post. All right, I'm gonna decorate this, top it with some freeze-dried strawberries and some peanuts, and I'll be done. Okay, how easy was that? So now there's no more excuses. There's no reason not to make a cake from scratch. You don't have all the tools, you don't have all the extra cake pans, that's fine. You just need a 9x13 pan, your ingredients, and you are good to go. You guys enjoy the peanut butter and jelly cake. I can't wait to see all of your cakes, so don't forget to tag me, Cake by Courtney, so I can see your layered creations or your old school creations. Bye.